Hey guys, welcome back to the show with Titus, Thomas, and Travis.
3 T's.
The 3 T's. The 3 T's of death. But today we're going to talk about, Travis is going to give us a scenario here. Okay? We're talking about picking out ammo and shot sizes and kind of stuff like that. But Travis is going to lay out the scenario for us. I think I'm kind of loud. And we're going to go from there.
All right. So you're, first off, you're brand new to duck hunting, right? Little Bobby Bird Buster. And, you got your shotgun for your birthday, for Christmas or whatever. And you're ready to go duck hunting, right? And maybe you haven't duck hunted before. Maybe you're Thomas T. Tucker here and you've never duck hunted before. And because Thomas at one time was new to duck hunting, right? Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay, what kind of ammo do I buy? Because it can be confusing. You walk into a store, right? And there's all this ammo on the shelf and you're looking at it and you're like, which one do I choose, right? It's like walking into 31 flavors sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. What chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you got to shoot non-lead. Mm-hmm. And you're looking at all these boxes.
Federally mandated.
And there's all this writing all over these boxes. And so you're like, what should I do? Which one should I pick? You got all these choices.
Yeah. So usually this shotgun ammo part is pretty big, pretty large. There's a lot of different.
There can be a lot of variety, right? Yeah. And some have cool pictures on them, different colored boxes. Never know, right? So you got to choose the right ammo, and that's what we're basically going to talk about today. Is different scenarios are going to call for different types of shot, and kind of depends on the location you're going, what you're going to use. But we're going to use like a basic scenario of, let's use a scenario of, you're going to hunt a public refuge where there's maybe a mix of geese to teal. Wide range right there, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm walking into the store for the first time. I want you guys to explain to me, like, what do I choose? What would I choose off the shelf?
So like you said, this guy just bought his first gun, right? Or maybe somebody bought it for him. So first thing you're going to want to check is the gauge. So whether or not you got a 20 gauge, 12 gauge, those are the most common, right?
12 and 20 is the most common.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's going to be one of those. So you're going to want to look, and there's 3, 4, 5. There's 5 different important pieces of information on every shotgun ammo
So if
box.
I have a 12 gauge, I can't put a 20 gauge shell there.
No.
I would assume.
No. Won't work. Don't try it.
Okay.
So the
A
first
20 gauge will fit a 12. Don't let it happen. Don't be that guy.
Yeah. So look at your boxes. Make sure it says 12 gauge on it. And then from there, you got a lot of options. First of all, you need to make sure that you're grabbing non-lead ammo, like you said already. And there's a couple different options there. There's steel, which is going to be your cheapest. There's bismuth, which is a little bit more, but it's a little bit heavier. And there's tungsten, which is a lot heavier, and it's a lot more expensive. So most likely, you're going to want to buy some steel ammo.
What about lead, though?
Lead is illegally used for waterfowl everywhere in the United States. So don't do that.
So if my grandpa has these shells, like, hey, Sonny, these are some shells I used to take out there, and I kill lots of birds with these, lots of ducks.
Don't do it.
Don't do
Bobby
it.
Bird Buster can't do that.
Little Bobby Bird Buster can't do that?
No. In the good old days you could, but not anymore, and it's not worth it.
There's even they sell them at the store, too. You can buy lead at the store, too. Well, Bobby might pick that box up.
Yeah. And probably on the lead, I bet you on some of the brands, the lead will show maybe a duck on it, right? So don't just assume that, hey, it has a duck on it.
Good.
I can take it out there and shoot this, right?
Yeah. Don't shoot lead.
Don't do it. So the next thing on your box that you'll see is length. So there's different lengths, and what that's talking about is the actual length of your shotgun shell. So they make several different sizes. And these are all common sizes we're talking about.
And I want to jump in here real quick because I've had this happen. I've taken or seen this happen. Young hunters go out, right? And their parents, maybe they weren't involved in duck hunting, right? The parents wasn't involved in duck hunting, but you've invited this kid to go out duck hunting. And it's very important to tell that parent what shell, at first ask them what kind of gun they're going to be shooting and what shell to be shooting, because I've seen kids go out there, they have a 2 3/4 inch gun, and they bought 3-inch shells.
Yeah.
And now, guess what? They don't have shells unless, and I may not have the shells that they need.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's something to keep
That'd
in
be
mind.
a big bummer. They go out there and they can't even hunt.
Yeah, they can put that shell in their gun to even hunt.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. So make several different sizes. There's 2 3/4. There's 3-inch, which this is a 3-inch shell right here, and they make 3.5-inch. So generally,
My 3.5. If I got a 3-inch gun,
if you only got a 3-inch gun,
right?
your 3.5-inch shell is going to be too long for your gun. It's not going to work. It might be the same gauge. It might be the right shot size you want it to be, but the actual shell itself is going to be too long, and it's not going to fit, and it's not going to work. So, and one thing there is your gun can be set up to shoot 3.5-inch shells, and you can shoot 3-inch shells in that gun.
And 2
And 2
3/4. You can
3/4.
shoot everything below it.
You can shoot down as
Can't
long
shoot
as it's the
above it.
same gauge.
You can't shoot above what
But you can't shoot.
Yeah.
But my question is, why would I want to shoot a 3.5 over 2 3/4?
You would think about what you're going to hunt. A lot of guys like to shoot 3.5-inch shells for geese, big geese, Canada geese, maybe snows or specks, maybe.
Or if you could shoot a swan.
Or if you're going to shoot a swan, maybe you're going to want to do that. Now, if you're shooting teal,
Why though? Why would you want a longer shell?
because you're getting more powder, you're getting more projectiles at the bird.
And more range.
You can stick more in there.
Right. Yeah, that's coming. Yes. So if you're shooting teal is what, 1/8 of the size of a goose? I mean, talking about a bird, 1 pound, 1.5 pounds versus a bird that's 20 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to think about when you're buying ammo. What kind of birds are you going to be shooting?
So I would have something left to eat if I did shoot that bird.
Right. Yes.
And guess what? The kick is not as much.
Right.
Shooting
a
a
lighter
2
shell.
And
with a
they're-
lighter shell.
And they are cheaper.
And way cheaper.
So
And have you killed birds with 2 3/4?
I used to, when I first started ducking, I never shot a 3-inch shell for years and years. I always shot 2 3/4.
Even mallards.
Mallards, gadwalls,
Mm.
pintails, teal, geese.
Yeah.
I've
Killed geese with 2 3/4. Yeah. So really, what is the advantage of that? Is it more just making a cleaner kill, a quicker kill, better kill?
I just think with 3-inch, I have a little bit more range.
Mm.
And hunting a refuge,
So you're a
sometimes.
skybuster.
No,
He's all,
I am a killer. No, I'm kidding. No, I've taken shots that maybe, some people would maybe look at like, oh, you should let them get closer. But I know in that, I'm not going to, every bird that flies over that's in that range, I wouldn't necessarily shoot at. But sometimes in certain scenarios, I just feel that I can make the shot.
Mhm.
So if I feel I can make the shot and make a clean, ethical kill, I'm going to take that shot.
Mm.
But I've had other scenarios where the birds have been in the same distance, but maybe the angle wasn't right. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to take that shot.
Right.
I don't feel like I'm going to hit it, so I'm not going to shoot at it.
Mm-hmm.
And typically when I talk about that, a bird is coming dead on at me. That's usually where I would take a longer shot.
Well, they are flying at you, so
Yeah.
they're closing the distance.
Yep.
So what else were you telling Bobby?
right on. So the next thing that's written on every shotgun ammo box is your shot size. So your shot size is going to be the actual size of your projectile or your BBs or whatever material you're shooting out of your shotgun shell, whether it's steel, bismuth, tungsten, lead, whatever. That your shot size, as the number goes up, your shot size gets smaller. So if you're shooting teal, it's like number 6 is a common size for if you would shoot, if you're only going to shoot teal, like some people have an early teal season, so they'll buy a smaller shot, versus if you're going to be shooting big ducks like mallards, some people go up to 4, 2, 3 shot size, or even if you're going to be shooting geese, some people even go up to like
BBs
BB.
or T.
Yeah.
Shot, yeah.
So that's, again, when you're buying your ammo, you should be thinking of what birds do I think I'm going to be shooting at? What situation am I going to be in? Am I jump shooting or am I hunting over water with decoys? What am I doing?
All right. I know you're kind of going through and telling me the different things about the different things that are written on that box. But my scenario is I'm gonna go to a refuge where, like I said, I got geese there and I got teal. So I need you to help me, Thomas, because I'm in the dark here. I need to know when I walk out of that store, I want to have the right box of shells to be most effective for the whole gauntlet of birds that I may encounter.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
keep going.
that's kind of a tough thing. People have a million different opinions, and everybody's obviously entitled to their opinion. But if I was to take a new guy with me and he's just got a gun, let's say he's not some rich farmer spoiled brat.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna go out there for my
if
first
he's
time.
a brand new guy,
and I think I'm interested in duck hunting. I want to shoot. I want to have fun.
yeah,
If there's birds, I want to be able to shoot. I'm not the greatest shot.
yeah,
I may shoot a lot of shells
right. You might
because I can't hit these things. I don't know how to
First
lead
of
them.
all, yeah,
all this stuff. So I want something that I can just the first timer. I'm stepping there. I'm buying these shells. So
Yeah,
you're here to help me.
yeah. To me, I would suggest just buying steel ammo, and I would get a number 2 shot size because it's you could shoot teal with it. Close range geese you could kill easily. That's a wide. Like you said, teal to goose. That is a wide
It's a wide range.
range. You know what I mean? So if you wanted,
So you say I'd go with number 2s, right?
that's
2 and 3/4 or 3-inch.
You could do either, but to me, I would buy 3-inch just because the price difference isn't really. There's really not that big of a price difference, and you're getting a little bit more charge, or maybe possibly feet per second out of it. You know what I mean? You got just a little bit more room in that shell to pack it full.
All
of
right.
stuff.
So you're telling me to go with 2s. What size shot should I be shooting? You said so. I'm shooting 3-inch 2s. How about the next thing on the box, which is the what is that? The ounce size.
It's the shot charge. So, that one right there might be kind of tough because some stores might not have a big range in that shell. First of all, your manufacturers are going to make it in a certain charge.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of different sizes, period.
Not a lot of
Right.
variation
from the
in that.
manufacturer.
All right. So we have like what 1.25 ounce to what 1.5.
It's
maybe?
not a big, yeah, it's not a big
It's very
range.
slight.
Yeah.
Some of them
It'll
only
be-
have. Some of them either don't have an option, or some of them will have like one option.
Mhm.
Okay.
Basically.
They usually don't, there's not a big range.
So that one right there, it's kind of hard to get picky with that because most
it's like
of
an
the time,
eighth of an ounce
that's
difference.
what you're
So
Right.
number 2s. I mean, but think about this. Maybe I could go in there and get. Okay, I'm looking at these boxes on the thing, right? It could potentially say 12-inch, 3-inch 2s, but BBs,
Mhm.
right? Do I want
You
BBs?
just said 2-inch.
I'm sorry. Number 2 shot, right? 3-inch. Okay, that would make sense. 2. Okay, so you're right. I'm thinking BBs.
Maybe you really are Bobby Birdbuster.
I am little Bobby Birdbuster. I don't know. I'm confused here, guys. Come on, help me out.
Well, no, we're helping you because look at, like Thomas said, whatever. Still, yeah, okay. We're going to keep it simple and cheap because you're a little Bobby Birdbuster.
And you might go through a lot of shells because you've never shot at ducks before.
Yeah, I like to fling.
Well, not just that, but
I shot a case
First
at
time you
doves. I
shoot-
got one.
yeah, first time you're shooting at ducks,
And you're shooting still?
is going to be
You must live in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting 3-inch 2 shot still. I mean, we've killed ducks, even if it was 2 3/4. To be honest with you, 2 3/4 to 3 is not going to make a huge difference, except like Thomas said, a little bit more BBs in there, which is always a good thing. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna smack a till, but you're still gonna have food left to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, like Thomas said, that's a huge, that's a very debatable thing. Everyone's gonna have their different opinion. If I told little Bobby, I might say 4 shot. But you got to remember, everyone has a different opinion, and it doesn't matter. We're not trying to say it's the one and done. Like what our opinions,
Right.
all that matters, and we're just trying to give if there's. And like I said on the other podcast, Travis, when it was me and you about picking a gun, we're not saying that. My mind just went blank. That this is what you have to do, or you're wrong. A lot of people will say that in the duck hunting world.
Well, and then the thing too, if there's no chance for geese, that would change my
Changes it
recommendation
again.
too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like I said, you could be hunting a big river where you might have.
Let me say this.
you might
Let me
have to
cut
shoot
in
further.
though. You're shooting. What are you shooting at geese now?
number force, but
Okay, why?
it's not steel.
Right. And the reason for that is, and we're not going to get in detail, but because, and I'm just saying that because if people have watched it and they're saying, why is Thomas saying 2-shot when we know good and well he shoots 4-shot, and he was shooting 4-shot at geese in the field on that last video. The reason, guys, is because there is more density in bismuth. There is bismuth and heavy metal. That is what we are shooting. I shot Super X for years. So did Travis.
So is the next question, should Bobby Birdbuster just buy a little bit better ammo?
No.
I mow
not
lawns.
That he can't. It's not
I
that
mow
he can't.
lawns,
Exactly.
and I'm buying my own shells.
I know. I'm just
and my
bringing
parents are not going to spend that much money for me to go out there.
Absolutely.
I'm just bringing in the scenario. I know we're talking about that scenario, but I got to bring that in because people are going to be like, hey, what's up, Tom? Why is Thomas picking that? I know we have the scenario. We're breaking it down to that. But just in case someone wants to understand a little more, a little taste, that is why. Because there is heavier, denser metals in it, and you can go up in shot sizes.
Now, what if an older guy that's like 18, 20, single, has a good job, has got enough money to mess around, then what would you say?
I would tell him, I would say heavy metal. And if you don't want to get crazy again, you can keep going up. If you want to shoot heavy X and you make bank in a rich farmer, like Thomas said, go ahead, shoot heavy X. The denser the BBs, the more lethal they are. Are you going to be wasting money like Bobby Birdbuster because you can't hit anything? Probably, yeah.
But what also the thing is, too, is you're getting more pellets, more BBs out. You know
your pattern's denser.
Yes.
And that's the only thing I don't care for the 2s, even for a younger guy, that even just because the fact you have less BBs in the air. And it's just a difference of suggestion. This does it make it right? No, I shot 2 3/4 2-shot for a long time.
Yeah.
But then I started understanding, wait a minute. Hold on a second here. If Thomas says that it's 2-shot, you go to 4-shot, they get smaller. That means common sense tells me I can put more BBs in there, right? More BBs means more BBs on target. Then maybe I want to do that.
Yeah.
But then there's geese though. I know there's so many scenarios, but we're looking at
And like you said, once you get to a certain, you dial in those first, say, 3 numbers on there, you don't have a lot of options as far as speed, things like that. It's pretty much what the manufacturer is.
Right.
Yeah,
because then your last bit of information on the box is FPS, feet per second. That's how fast those BBs are coming out.
Let's talk about this.
Some of them are 1350, some of them are 1400,
I've seen
1400,
1200. 1550. For waterfowl loads, I've seen 12.
Yeah, so
actually, I had a box that was 1700.
Yeah.
So still, I think I'd want to go something that's fast, right?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because still doesn't have the density or the weight that
It loses.
other metals have, so it's going to lose its speed faster. It's not going to have the kinetic energy behind it for weight. So the faster that thing's moving, the harder, essentially the harder it's going to hit that bird.
Right.
It has to.
Yeah. To get penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's like, still you want to shoot something that's really fast versus, these different metals. It doesn't have to move as fast because it has more energy.
And
behind
also
it.
a heavier metal is going to take more powder to get it going faster.
That fast.
Right. So.
But and like you said, it holds its inertia. That's not the right word. It holds its speed longer.
It's kinetic energy.
It's kinetic.
Yeah.
Kinetic energy. But
okay.
Any other questions, Bobby?
Can I go duck hunt with you guys?
Yeah, man. You can go with us. Just don't call. I'm kidding. Yeah, you know what? Bring your gun out there. What kind of gun did you get, by the way?
My mama bought me a gun.
What'd she buy you?
Some call them a Benelli. No, it's a Benelli.
Wow, your mom must really love you.
A Denali? No.
Yeah, that's
That's
cool.
Benelli. It's cool.
So you got a 3-inch 12 gauge.
Yep.
First gun. That's a
Yeah.
nice gun, man.
Yep.
Flipping 12 gauge. What do you think?
So have you ever shot that gun before?
Couple times.
Did you do a hunter safety course?
I did do a hunter safety course back
Yeah.
in the day. Yeah, I'm 9 years old. I did a hunter safety course. Yeah.
I know. So you go out there.
What about those big white birds? The big, huge ones with the long necks. Can I shoot those?
Depends.
Huh?
Depends how big.
The
Really
really big.
big?
ones.
Depends on what sound they make.
Yeah. Don't shoot swans in California. Yeah. There's so many things that you could talk about walking through, someone through the whole scenario of being a brand new, and that's.
But it's cool. That's something that's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see somebody that is young and they're getting involved in our sport, which is what we want because they're the future. And you see them and you see their excitement, right? They get their first bird. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like their first bird is so cool to them. It doesn't matter if it's a pintail mallard,
Shin spoony.
Yeah. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I got a bird. I remember my very first bird. It wasn't the classic scenario where I'm out in a duck pond. It was actually, I grew up by some sewer ponds and there was no fences around them. And I remember I snuck out there really early in the morning. There was a huge flock of cans out there. I came up over the bank and I whacked one of those jokers, man. I was so excited. And of course, I didn't want to get into the sewer pond, right? That's nasty. So I threw rocks until it floated to the shore. I picked it up by 2 fingers by the foot, and I carried it all the way about a mile back to my house. I got the water hose out, and I rinsed it off really good, put it in a plastic bag, and wrapped it up in my freezer.
How old are you?
I had to been like maybe, I was young.
Little tiny Tim, little tiny
little
Travis
Bobby
out there.
Birdbuster,
Little Bobby back in the day.
I don't know. That's probably like
What'd your mom say?
12 or 13. What are you gonna do with that bird? Put it in my freezer, and I just sneak out there and I'd shoot birds and bring them home and stick them in my freezer, and I loaded them up in my freezer until my mom goes like, "You can't put any more birds in our freezer because there's no more room." So
yeah. Well, I mean, as far as ammo, we'll kind of wrap this up, but I mean, there's so much ammo out there, and you can get guys kind of offended. You can talk about certain subjects in duck hunting. Guys get I guess it's just that guys are so passionate about what they do because they've had these experiences, right? Mm-hmm. What made you like this so much, Thomas? You had an experience crushing a honker at 40 yards, and we have a spiteful attitude towards honkers. We hate them. We want to kill them all because they're so tough. They're so smart. And that was a light that kicked on in your head and mine. That was the moment. I remember that specifically 2 years ago in Wisconsin. And what in the world? He shot 3-inch 4-shot at a honker and stoned him at 40 yards.
How dare I even try that shot?
Dude, stoned him. You can show you the shot cam footage.
Yeah. No, that was amazing.
And we both were like,
because I've always shot steel, and then
how many times is that you hear it bouncing off him at 25 yards and it don't kill him?
oh, ducks even. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, you're not hitting him in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
the
like
body.
it's still, it's like a steel plate.
I've hit, mallards with steel shot and knocked the bird sideways. And he just keeps going. And he don't look like he's hurt.
How ethical is that?
He don't look like he's even hurt.
Do you think he really lives?
I think he does.
I know we don't know that.
I think he does.
I think a lot of times they don't though.
They may, and then some of them may die later. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, like how ethical is that? Is just whacking a bird, knocking feathers out of it, possibly dying later, being injured. You see these birds walking around after season's over. Is that ethical? I'm not saying everybody needs to shoot what do they call it? Non-toxic shells as far as not anything but steel. But I'm just saying that is the point of when you're trying to get better and better as time progresses.
Well, you're seeing an evolution too in this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Over time.
It is.
For a while, we only had steel.
Right.
Back in the day, I mean, this stuff wasn't even heard of, And companies are producing shells that run the whole gauntlet of quality
and making it more
shells.
affordable.
Yeah. It's not like you only drive, a Model T anymore.
Yeah. It matters because, who's going to go out and buy a box of 5 shells of heavy shot straight up, waterfowl load and pins?
But
you're not going to do that.
At some point, though, it wouldn't hurt everybody to try out some different ammos just to see. There's a lot of options, and you're not going to buy every single one of them. But maybe talk to some guys, listen to some things, watch some things online, and maybe come up with a choice and try a couple different types of ammo and see what your experiences are with them. You know what I mean? Some guys stick with Super X. I like Super X. I'll shoot that too.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my number one choice, no, that's not my number one choice. Because like you said, you can buy an ammo, shoot less shells, have a smaller shot size, and have more BBs
on target.
on target. Yeah. So
If you can just hit the broadside of a barn, you'd be okay.
But then again, that's just personal preference. Yeah.
Again, exactly.
yeah.
And the reason I shot Super X and didn't shoot anything else, because there was stuff on the market for a while. The reason is what I was using worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that is nothing wrong with that. But what caused me to even try something else out was the fact that my Browning A5 really didn't like those Super X loads. And that is frustrating, man. And you have a bird right there, and you either have a misfire or whatever, or you need to shoot your second shot and it doesn't kick out because the way what's it called? My mind's going blank.
Inertia. The primer.
Not the primer. The
ejector.
No, the right there.
Crimp.
Oh my goodness, the crimp is too long and it catches on the gun when it's shifting out. That's frustrating. That's the only reason I even switched from Super X. And that's the thing is, there's so many people out there that swear by Rios or swear by Super X or swear by what's some other ones, cheaper ones out there? Give me some.
Fiocchi's or
Heavy Steel or Fiocchi or Remington, whatever you guys like. More power to you. Definitely never once are we trying to switch. But the thing is I started changing my thinking. If I can have something better, it patterns better, it has more lethality, it's worth just taking a look. Like you said earlier, just try it out. See. If not, that's cool too. Like, just stick with it. What works, man. Who really wants to switch when something works? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
My thing was just, can I make it better? That's really my only thought is, can I make it better? And really, I would have never thought that if I wasn't having issues with the crimps. So, anyways, what's your go-to? Travis, we'll end this right now. What's your go-to shell as of right now? Because it changes. It can change.
I mean, I've shot Super X for years. I like Super X. Not that I've never shoot Super X.
What's your whole gauntlet of your...
what shell do I like?
Yeah, what are you right now?
I'm pretty much
your length shot size.
3-inch threes.
3-inch
all
threes.
around, I think.
Okay. And what brand? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like heavy metal. I like the Super X's. I've shot Super X's. I haven't really had too much problems with my gun with Super X's. My gun doesn't do good with Remington shells at all. The Wicked Wings, I've had really bad experiences with those shells. Maybe other people have great experiences. I'm just saying, this is just personal.
Browning,
this is total personal. Yeah, the Browning Wicked Wings, which is made by Winchester. I shot Super X's, but that's made by Winchester, and I would not shoot that shell for love or money.
So your favorite's 3-inch 3 heavy metal right now?
Yeah, I mean, I've had no problems with it jamming.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't noticed birds. Just some like better kills, cleaner kills.
All right, Thomas, we got about 30 seconds left. What's your favorite length and shot size?
12 gauge 3-inch force.
What brand?
Heavy metal all day.
That's right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Same for me. I'm a 3-inch 4 guy. If I'm going to shoot some small birds, I'll shoot the heavy till 3-inch 6. More pellets on target. We're going to try heavy bismuth this year. We'll see how that goes. I doubt that's something we just buy on the regular, but we have some from Heavy Shot, so we're thankful for that. Appreciative to them. Going to give it a try. Guys, hopefully this helped you if you're a Bobby Bird Buster out there. And
it's little Bobby Bird Buster.
Oh, sorry. Little
I'm
Bobby
like
Bird
10
Buster.
years old here, man.
Or if you're Jimmy Johnson Jelly Roll Duck Hunter, whoever you are out there. In all reality, guys, we're just trying to help, and hopefully this kind of breaks it down a little bit more for you that haven't done much research into that, and we'll do some more advanced stuff later on. But thanks for listening. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.